Hey, this is Anthony from RevZilla. Watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new REV'IT Spitfire one-piece race suit, available at RevZilla.com. This is High-Vis Brian. High-Vis Brian, wearing some snakeskin today. New for the spring of 17, this is the REV'IT Spitfire. You love it when I start with you. If we look at it, this is REV'IT's new top of the food chain premium technical one-piece race suit. This is our gray, black, and high-vis. Few other colorways. There's also a more classic black, white, and red. But what is cool about this is they're using a hexagonal print in some of the silver or gray areas. You're going to see it here. We think it's a little snakeskin. They think it's technical. I think it just works. It's very cool, and it just kind of jumps out at you. If you look at this suit, though, and we really think about it within the REV'IT line, coming in close to that $1,400 or $1,500 mark, it's that next iteration, that next leap forward. And really what they're leading with when you stand on the shoulders of something like the Akira that's pre-existed is now this new one-piece neck design. If we look at the comfort that is imparted here by this suit, by working its way with the neoprene in the middle, but also this one-piece non-banded design that works its way down, you can have a very technical race suit with a technical pre-curve that also is going to be more comfortable, especially if you just happen to be standing up and down. The other things you're going to see here are Kevlar reinforced stretch panels. You have expansion panels on the backs of the calves. You have more perforation than the previous suits, and again, some of this interesting embossing. The other thing too that jumps out at me when I think about it is BTAC armor in the suit and then dual compound sliders. It's that honeycomb hard part with the aluminum covering, shoulder, elbow, knee. You're going to see it all the way through. Now, quickly, let's dive into the sizing. High-Vis Brian, 6'1", 195, 42-inch chest. He's wearing a size 52. He has room for a CE level 2 back protector. Again, you can see it. It is a race articulation, but there's enough stretch, enough paneling, and enough elasticated stretch panels in the right places that allow him to stand up and down, especially with the new collar design, and be comfortable. But when he's on the bike, in the tuck, it's not going to bunch. Everything is going to stay where it's supposed to be and be dynamic enough to not get in his way when he is riding. Now, keep in mind, use a size chart. No surprises there. This is your classic REV'IT fit. It's an aggressive fit. We'll ship free over 39 bucks. And I love it. You click our logo, subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel. Leave me your comments, your questions, your feedback on the new Spitfire. Now, if we dive into it, some of the other things that are hard to visualize. The inside back of this suit is going to be using a 3D bubble liner, which promotes airflow and promotes moisture wicking. The other thing that you would get on essentially a pro level suit is a removable inner antimicrobial liner. So again, you're going to be sweating this bad boy. You pull out that interior liner, wash it, keep the suit less funky for long. The other thing I want to dive into here, when we think about a suit like this, the perforation scheme on the REV'IT suits, in my opinion, at times is, especially for a pro level suit, it's down the middle of the fairway. It's not the most aggressively perf suit that we've seen on the market, but it also isn't as limited as some of the other European manufacturers that really aren't doing a full perf version. So again, big punctuation, collarbone, down the abdomen. You're going to see it on the outside of the abdomen, along the sides, and down to the tops of the legs. You'll also see it when we turn Brian backwards. There's a lot of perforation from the top down, not just from the race hump, on the tops of the shoulders. Now, if I had a gripe with this, outside of the fact that I wish there was just a hair more, it's the fact that this perf paneling goes all the way up against the seams. And we know even with the safety seam stitching pattern, again, I like to see maybe a little bit more localized perforation where that perf stops and you don't have that perf panel go into the stitching area. Again, you have a non-perfed area that ultimately gets the needle and the thread through it. Some of the other things here, it's aggressive, it's loud, there's a lot of paneling. Again, we mentioned earlier on in the video that these panels here are aramidtic stretch panels. They're Kevlar reinforced. So again, while they provide a great range of motion on the suit down the arm with that aggressive race pre-curve, they also have that Kevlar backing in case they get into harm's way. Again, they're going to be more abrasion resistant. They're also going to flow air. So again, you get the ventilative quality, you get the expansion panel quality, and you get the dynamic range quality while still being protective. If we look at the way the cuff design is done, you get some of that hexagonal tessellated embossing that goes all the way down. That's very cool. Notice comfort touch here down at the cuff as well. So neoprene under your race gauntlet. Medial entry and exit. This suit is absolutely going to get an auto-locking YKK zip. So again, when it's in the open position, you'll see here, there's our internal liner that's fully removable. Note the neoprene behind it, so you're never going to feel that Velcro, and it's going to be soft. It comes down, it locks into place, and now you can't move it. That's that auto-locking zipper technology. Now, High-Vis Brian, turn and face that away for me. If we look at the shoulder, dual honeycomb slider sitting on top of a BTAC shoulder component. So again, BTAC is a European-style armor, really specifically bred for race suits. It's used at the pro level across a range of suits, not just REV'IT suits. Again, it's nice to see them farming out that third-party protection, giving you that honeycomb aluminum-coated slider. Again, dual compound means it's the honeycomb polyurethane with the aluminum on top. You see it at the elbow as well. As you work your way down, you'll notice elasticated stretch top of the elbow, and then again, you can see that big piece of B-tack armor underneath that goes all the way down to the end of the forearm. If HVB lifts his arm, you'll see there's our elasticated leather panels. Moving down, you'll see where the leather that is perforated comes around from the front and stops. And also notice this big, massive panel of elastication, not just doing the yoke on the back like some manufacturers do, but wrapping all the way around to the front. So it's front and back motion, lateral motion, again, giving the ability for this suit to move with you versus bunching up or pulling. Again, if you're wearing a pro level suit, I hope you ride like a pro. It means you're going to be a little bit more nimble, a little bit more active on the bike. Again, pushing it to its limits a little bit further. You need the suit to work with you while staying in place. Now, moving down to the hip, C-Soft CE level 1, that is included. And as we work our way down the knee, you're going to see that knee construction come into play. The knee is going to have that aromatic stretch panel on the backs of the knee, down into the calf. You do have an expansion panel. You could see it on the back side or inside of his left leg there in yellow. That's going to allow you to expand, get more volume out of the calf. And then again, you have that dual slider, which is really a race style slider on the left side of his leg. Now have his Brian turn backwards for me. Premium Monaco cowhide, which I love is used throughout the entire suit, is also dually reinforced in the seat. You're going to see that there's also going to be reinforcement with temper foam along your tailbone, which is a nice touch. Again, reinforcing that seat, keeping it out of harm's way. But as you work your way back up, you notice that REV'IT's using their VCS system, which is that ventilated race hump. And remember, the race hump has 3 purposes. It's aerodynamic, it's going to vent through this mesh into the suit, circulate through the back, and exhaust warm, moist air, wicking sweat away, again, keeping you cooler while you're riding. And the third point is a point of contact with the ground from a safety standpoint, which keeps you raised, keeps your helmet off. Again, you want to be on your back and in a slide if you happen to have it off when you're riding on the track into that runoff area. Tumbling is bad. And if you're looking at the suit, you probably already know that. Now, other things here. You have your neoprene up here, which is going to create a low profile for underneath where your helmet might come into contact with your suit, but it's also very comfortable because that's going to be an area where sweat might build up. And again, you can see this mesh go all the way up the inside, perforated leather on both sides. And again, I talked ad nauseum about that panel, which again is done in a TPR that's seated there as really a true exhaust port from air that enters through the hump and then exhausts down the back side of the suit. Remember too, when you buy this suit, if you're measuring for your chest measurement, take a deep breath. That'll ensure that when you get it, you have enough room to add your CE level 2 back protector. Trionic makes those. Again, you're going to need to incorporate that inside the suit to take it to the racetrack. Come back around to the front. Let's do the knee and down. If we look at the lower leg here, you're going to see perforation down the inner thigh past that S1 stretch panel, or that aromatic stretch panel rather. That's going to have that Kevlar backing. And we move into the knee. You're getting B-tack armor underneath in the knee, down the shin, and then you also have that dual honeycomb slider in the knee as well, giving you further amounts of protection up towards the kneecap. And you do have the replaceable slider. So again, this is really what we see as par for the course these days for a pro-level race suit. From A-Stars, from Dainese, you're going to see a hard part on top of a full, almost baseball catcher's mitt style armor underneath. REV'IT just happens to be using B-tack here. So all in, you're getting nuanced pro-level features, race articulation, upgrade and protection, removable liner, Kevlar reinforcement where you need it. And again, they're leading with the comfort feature for this year, and that's not comfort with snakeskin. What that is going to be comfort around the collar here with this new style design featuring neoprene, keeping everything where it's supposed to be and giving you more comfort against your neck as you work your way up to the Adam's apple, but also for a race articulated suit, not sport, not everyday weekend warrior track day. This is a pro level articulation. It's much more comfortable to be standing in a multitude and a range of positions. Now, the next step in your journey is to click the info button, your desktop, your mobile device. Visit the product detail page for the REV'IT Spitfire, read other rider reviews. You shouldn't just take my word for it. As always, we'll ship for free over $39. If you want to talk to a Gear Geek, see us at RevZilla.com, 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown, and don't forget to subscribe to RevZilla on our YouTube channel. Stay up to date with our opinion, the latest and greatest in the moto universe. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.